Hello everyone. In this video, I will talk about the lab reports and those other lab policies and those other important issues. Right. First, lab report has the following the three parts. Okay. The first is the pre-lab. Okay. The pre-lab is still at the beginning of your lab section. Okay. So because you need hand in the lab report into the EduCAD. Okay. So in EduCAD I have to set up only one single due date. Okay. And but just keep in mind that the real actual due date for your pre-lab is kind of before your lab section. Okay, so that's you need to keep in mind. Okay, right. So pre-lab has the title and then experiment overview, no technical question sections. Okay, region table section and then reference and also procedure. Okay. Before you prepare your pre-lab, okay, please read the pre-lab instructions. Okay, so that's give you kind of the information, what's reading and what's the video you need to look at and what section. Okay, so you need to complete. Okay, so and then during the lab section. Okay, so you need to finish the data and evaluation. Okay, so and then after the lab. Okay, so once you done the whole experiment. Okay, so you need to also finish the post lab. Okay, post lab will some kind of worksheet. Okay, so post online you just download it and then print out and then just kind of put your answer in. Okay, right. So for the data on the operation. And also post lab. Okay, you need handing them together. Okay, so in one single kind of the PDF file. Okay. Alright. So 40 is an example of the lab report. Okay. So here I give you more detailed information for each component. Okay. And the first is the pre-lab. Okay. So in pre-lab. Okay. So you need list the titles. Okay. And then experiment overview. Okay. Experiment overview. Okay. So include the reaction and also the isolation. So isolation is kind of after reaction. How do you isolate your product from kind of reaction mixture? Okay, and then purification. Purification kind of how do you purify your crude product? Okay, so normally by the kind of localization, distillation. So the last section kind of characterization. So how do you figure out which compound whether you get kind of right compound or how is purity of your compound? Okay, so we can done it by kind of a melting point, boiling point, and those the NMR IR. Okay, right. So for the experimental overview. Okay, so make sure you give the enough information. Okay, and also use complete sentence. Okay, so this section kind of easy to lose the point. Okay. And but just keep in mind, not all the experiment has all these four components. Okay, so for some experiment, okay, so don't have reactions. Okay, so in this case, you only list kind of three other components. Okay, so isolation, purification, and characterization. Okay, right. And the next kind of reaction. Okay, so for reaction. Okay, so if we require some reaction. Okay, for this current. Okay, so you need draw the reaction kind of equations. Okay, show the structure of your starting material and reaction condition, reagent, okay, solvent, and then eventually show the kind of your product. Okay. Again, so note all the lab has the reactions. Okay, so this one kind of depends what experiment we have. Okay, right, and then following kind of new technical questions. Okay, so in each lab we'll learn some kind of new lab techniques. Okay, and then in the pre-lab instruction I will ask you kind of read certain chapters in our lab textbook. Okay, and then get some ideas about the new technique we need to learn, and then watch also some kind of videos. Okay, and afterwards you need to answer some questions. Okay, so those questions will be posted in pre-lab instructions. Okay, and the following section is the reagent kind of table. Okay, so in this section. Okay, so you need to list all the chemicals and the product and reagents you use in kind of this experiment. Okay, so just kind of try to the screen out the chemicals. Okay, from the handout. Okay. And so for the range table, you need to include the following items. Okay, so name of compound. Okay, chemical formula, molecular structure, and the molecular weight, boiling point, melting point, and density. And so those information actually kind of you can search from some online database, okay. So like Wikipedia, okay, or some kind of even you can just use Google, okay. And I also post some kind of professional kind of database, okay, online, okay. So on Educate, okay. So you can also look at kind of what's other database, okay. You can search for these chemicals, okay. And the next section is the reference, okay. So just list all the materials, okay, and also the information kind of resource, okay, for you to complete this the pre-lab, okay. So normally speaking, kind of you need to use some kind of database to complete this region table, okay, and also some kind of lab textbook, okay? Also the lab handout, okay. Right, and then the last section is kind of experimental procedure. Okay, so you need kind of give detailed enough information. How do you finish the experiment? Okay, so normally you get all this information also from lab handout. Okay, and so my suggestion is kind of you can itemized kind of the procedures. Okay, so right, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so that's help to easily track your reaction kind of process. Okay, just keep in mind, okay, during the lab section, you are not allowed to bring any textbook, okay, and the handout or any online resource, okay. So for your experiment, okay. So this pre-lab is only resource for you to complete your experiment, okay. So that means kind of you have kind of write your experiment procedure detailed enough, okay. And but you don't need to use the complete sentence to complete kind of your experiment procedure, okay. And sometimes, okay, I also ask you guys kind of try to draw some the glassware setup kind of diagram, okay, in the end of the procedures, okay. So that's example showed here, okay. And so normally the drawing kind of you can get it from our lab textbook, okay. Make sure once you done the pre-labs, okay, make sure kind of take the pictures, okay, and then hand in your pre-lab, okay. So before the due date, okay. Right, so that's pre-lab, okay. Right, and then during the lab section, okay, so make sure you bring your pre-lab, okay. So you need to follow your pre-lab to finish your experiment, okay. And important thing kind of here, we need to finish the second the part of the lab report. That's data and observation, okay. So for the data observation, okay, so you need the like I said, kind of record detailed procedure, okay. So how do you complete this experiment, okay, and use complete sentence, okay. So how detail, okay. So detail enough for some other person only read your data observation can complete can repeat the same experiment, okay. And also you need list all the data, okay. So for example, kind of the mass, weight, and also volume of the region, okay, and then concentrations, okay, and also some kind of temperatures, okay, melting point, boiling point, okay, and also final product kind of the mass yield, okay. And here, just keep in mind, okay, so different from kind of the procedure, okay. So okay, so you need the pay attention to kind of significant figures, okay. So for example, okay, so for our balance can reach the 3 decimal after the point, okay. So in this case, when you record the mass of your region, okay, so you need record kind of 3 digital after the point, okay. So example showed here, okay. So although the original kind of the lab procedure write down can 2.0 gram, okay, so of salicylic acid, okay, but here, okay, so in your derivation you need write down kind of 2.150 gram of the salicylic acid, okay. And for volume, okay, normally there are kind of the 2 decimal, okay, after the point, okay. And similar thing for kind of the temperature, okay. Temperature is normally kind of 1 decimal after the point, okay. Right, and also in the derivation, okay, so you need at least kind of the observations, okay, for the experiment, okay. For example, kind of change of the colors, okay, and then the solution begin to boil, okay, and then the phase change, okay. So top phase kind of aqueous phase, bottom is kind of the organic phase, okay. When you do extraction, also some kind of the final product kind of color and appearance, okay. So final product you get kind of the night white crystal, something like this, okay. Right, and so that's the second part, okay, derivation, okay. after experiment, okay, so yeah, you need kind of download kind of the post lab. Okay, post lab is some kind of worksheet. Okay, so yeah, you just kind of the download printout. Okay, and then yeah, normally kind of first you fill some kind of data. Okay, like the melting point, boiling point. Okay, yield. Okay, and then there are some kind of questions. Okay, so yeah, short answer question. Okay, in the end. Okay. So yeah, for the post lab and also data vision, okay, so yeah, you need combine them together and then hand in them together in a single kind of PDF file, okay. Right, here's how do you hand in kind of your lab report, okay. And so yeah, like I said, kind of you need to take a picture of your the lab report, okay. So you can use the cam scanner, also also kind of Microsoft Lens, okay. So yeah, these two apps, okay, to convert your photos into kind of PDF file, okay. Both are free kind of app, okay. And here are kind of the examples, okay. So job books, for pre-lab handling and also job in books for data vision together with kind of post-lab handling, okay. So here I want you the little bit pay attention here, okay. So that's the real due date, okay. So and the time for the each individual lab sections, okay. Yeah, and here this is kind of not real due date, okay. Right, and so yeah, just keep in mind, okay, so your lab instructor will check online whether you hand in pre-lab before your lab section or not, okay. So without pre-lab, okay, you are not allowed to work in the lab, okay. And so again, handing kind of pre-lab, okay, post-lab and also the data vision in a single kind of PDF file, okay. And don't miss the due date, okay, and also due time, okay. Right, other lab policies, okay. So it's mandatory to kind of wear face mask, goggles, and also gloves, okay, during the lab sections, okay. So organic lab will provide the gloves, okay, in different sizes, okay, small, medium, kind of large, and also extra large, okay. So that's you don't need to bring it with you, okay. But you do need to bring your own face mask and also goggles, okay. And so the goggle requirement I already taught clean in the class. Okay, so make sure get the goggle can fully cover your the eye. Okay, and if the organic lab is the only lab require you wear goggles. Okay, so you can put your goggle into your drawer. Okay, and then lock your drawer. Okay, so at the end of the lab sections. Okay, so in this case, each time when you open the drawer. Okay, so the goggle is ready for you. Okay, so you don't need to try to remember bring goggle each time. Okay. And so please come into your lab on time, okay. So for our experiment, okay, its design can be finished in 3 hours, okay. So if you are late by 20 minutes, okay, pretty much you cannot finish experiment on time, okay. So and so because of current situation, okay, so the make lab is kind of very difficult, okay. So we need to keep a social distance. Okay, so each hood can allow the working student, one student can work in. Okay, and so it's hard to kind of add another student kind of to do makeup at the same time. Okay, and so far all our kind of Wednesday and also Thursday lab are full. Okay, and only possible makeup lab time is the Friday. Okay, so if you really need to do the makeup lab, okay, so please let me know. Okay, so the Fridays probably the only time for the makeup lab. Okay, and so for all our experiment kind of will take 2 weeks. Okay, the first week is kind of in the lab kind of do the real experiment. Okay, and second week is kind of off lab. Okay, we'll do kind of some analysis. Okay, so the second week other lab will take the two room. Okay, so 3208 and also 3210. Okay, so you cannot do kind of the make lab there. Okay. So in other words, okay, so if you want to do makeup lab, okay, so you only can do in week 1, also kind of all on week. The same thing for the kind of the lab, the section switch, okay, so the all lab are kind of pretty much full, okay, so that's will be pretty hard, okay. But if you have to do lab switching, okay, so please let me know as early as possible, okay. All right, and because the pandemic situation, okay, so it's kind of important to keep kind of social distance, okay. and all will have be assigned kind of a drawer. Okay, so in this case here you most time you have to work on your kind of assigned kind of working stations. Okay, and so if you have to kind of use some kind of shared instrument, okay, like road map balance. Okay, so make sure there's kind of no other student kind of nearby. Okay, so each time only one student can work on. Okay, the same thing for some kind of public areas. For example, the drain also kind of region kind of tables. Okay, region hood. Okay, and read labels. Okay, so because we have to share lab with other class. Okay, so say the 220 will also kind of use this lab as kind of organic chemistry 2 also use kind of same lab. Okay, so they may have some kind of their own chemical left in the lab. Okay, so please the read the label. Okay, so sometimes kind of we have very similar kind of chemicals, but the totally different kind of the function. Okay, for example, one is kind of use dilute the acetic acid, another one use glacial acetic acid. Okay, so please read the label. Okay, make sure you take the right compound, right kind of chemicals. Okay, all right, so we're prepared. Okay, so because COVID-19 situations. Okay, so there's almost no instruction at the beginning of each lab. Okay, so and also your lab instructor won't do any demonstration of the new lab technique. Okay, so you have to learn all this by yourself. Okay, so by complete the pre-lab. Okay, read all the reading and handout. Okay, and also watch all the lab technique videos. Okay, and so if you did well in kind of prepare pre-lab. Okay, so all the reading and watch all the kind of videos. Okay, so you should have kind of easy life in your kind of experiment. Okay. So but if you didn't pay too much attention to kind of all this material. Okay, probably will take much longer time. Okay, than you thought kind of to complete the experiment. Okay, and more important kind of maybe cause some kind of accident. Okay. Right, other lab policies again. Okay, so like I mentioned, kind of in the class. Okay, we use kind of on off week systems. Okay, for our experiment. Okay, so pretty much for each experiment. Okay, so on week we'll do kind of a real experiment. Okay, in the lab room. Okay, and so but second week is our kind of off week kind of only we will use the instrument in the middle. Okay, and to take the melting point, boiling point, and also the NMR IR. Okay, because the middle instrument room kind of quite small, we need to keep social distance. Okay, so in this case each time only limited number of students can work in the kind of instrument. Okay, so good thing kind of each experiment. Okay, in the off week. Okay, don't need take too much time. Okay, so the melting point, boiling point 20 minutes should be enough. Okay, so I will kind of post some kind of online write-up sheet. Okay, write-up for the all the analysis. Okay, so later I will show you kind of one example. Okay, so make sure kind of design up your time slot. Okay, so for the off week lab. Okay, and take care of your glassware. Okay, so lock your drawer. Okay, when you leave the lab. Okay, once you done the kind of checking kind of this week. Okay, you take full responsibility for your all your kind of glassware in your drawer. Okay, and so if your glassware is broken or kind of missing, for some glassware you have to pay for it. Okay, that's I found many times. Okay, so some students kind of forgot to lock the drawer. Okay, when they kind of left the lab. Okay, so make sure you use your own lock the drawer. Okay, so and the chemical kind of requirement. Okay, policy. Okay, so for some chemicals. Okay, in our kind of organic chemistry 1 lab. Okay, it's kind of the volatile and also the easy to decompose. Okay, so some chemical kind of easy to oxide by the air or oxygen. Okay, so in this case when you open the chemical reagent and bottles. Okay, or jars. Okay, so after you take some kind of the chemical out, okay, make sure you recover the chemical reagent bottles, okay, and then in the end, okay, make sure return all the chemicals, okay, to their original positions, okay. So some chemical may be put into your hood, okay. So put it back, okay. Some chemical may be put into kind of public area, okay. So once you're done, okay, also put it back to kind of the public area, okay. So that's the case, okay. Some people can also take those chemicals, okay. Right, clean your glassware, okay. So after experiment, okay. Normally speaking, kind of organic lab will provide soap, okay, and soap water, okay. So so you can use soap water to clean up the most kind of the residue in your glassware, okay. But occasionally you have to use some kind of the organic solvent, okay. So organic lab provide the acetone to clean your glasswares, okay. So and those you can use, okay. And here I want to specially mention the stern bar, okay. So stern bar is kind of the small white kind of some kind of plastic spin, okay, help you stern your reaction. So that's kind of quite small, okay, easy to lose, okay. Each year we lose a lot of stern bar, okay. So make sure that after done your experiment, kind of retrieve kind of stern bar from the reaction solution, okay, clean up, okay, put back to your jar, okay. Don't lose the stern bar, okay. And clean up the public area, okay. So quite often happen there's some kind of spill happening in the public area, okay. So like the balance or kind of the region kind of the locations, okay. So if there's spill happened, okay, so make sure clean up by yourself, okay. So for the solid, okay, so you can use kind of brush or kind of paper towel, okay. For some liquid, okay, so depends what kind of chemicals, okay. So if you kind of organic chemicals, okay, so normally we have to use the paper towel to absorb the organic chemicals, okay, and then use the paper towel and maybe some kind of water or some kind of acetone, to clean it up, Glove policies, okay, so like I mentioned, okay, so gloves will be provided by kind of organic lab, okay, and if the gloves are still in good condition, please reuse it, okay. So for sometimes, okay, so you have to go to the bathroom, okay, or maybe go out of your lab, okay. So in this case, you have to take off your gloves, okay. And once you come back, okay, make sure that if the gloves are still in good conditions, okay, so rewear it, okay. But if the gloves are already broken or some kind of chemical on it, okay, so you are allowed kind of wear new pairs of gloves, okay. Right, some medical conditions, okay. So if you are allergic to certain chemicals, okay, please let me know, okay. So for example, okay, so in later lab we will do some kind of essential oil extractions, okay. Some students may allergic to certain essential oil, okay. So in this case, let me know, okay. So I may kind of find a kind of a different lab for you, okay, different experiment for you, okay. And for this center, because of COVID-19 situation, okay, so sometimes kind of student test positive or maybe kind of under quarantine, okay. So in this case, please let me know as early as possible, okay. We can try to make arrangement, make up a lab, okay. Slowly policy, okay, because the lab is kind of face-to-face the experiment, okay. So the class, okay. So if school has some announcement of the snow day, okay, the lab will cancel on that day, okay. And so we will try to find another time for the kind of makeup lab, okay. So that's something you can keep in mind. Right. Here's the schedule for the organic chemistry 1 lab, okay. So and you can see kind of the summer week I marked by yellow, okay. So that's actually kind of our off week, okay. And the other colors kind of pretty much our on week, okay. And here you can also find the kind of the assignment due date, okay, for the lab report or some kind of quiz, okay. So And in the end, okay, so that's the example of the off-week experiment sign up kind of sheet, okay. So I will send you guys kind of the link to this sign up sheet, okay. So and this kind of online sign up sheet, okay. And then once you click a link, okay, so that's bring you to some kind of this kind of the web page, okay. So you need the put your full name here and then find your lab sections, okay, and then click next, okay. And then yeah, there kind of drop down kind of menu. Okay, so ask kind of which time slot do you want to sign. Okay, so each student allowed to kind of sign up only one time slot. Okay, so don't sign up more than one. Okay, so because we will kind of have 16 students for each experiment. Okay, so if you line up more than one laps slot. Okay, so our student have no time to do their experiment. Okay, and once you're done, okay, click submit. That should be fine. Okay, and then this lab sheet will automatically generate kind of the big lab sheet. Okay, for all your lab instructors. Okay, so they will know kind of when do you come in do the kind of the analysis. Okay, melting point or boiling point. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Okay, pre-lab and also the post-lab. Okay, please complete in kind of lab notebook. Okay, so there's no requirement here for the lab notebook. Okay, so any lab notebook will be fine. Okay. And post lab, okay, so that's kind of worksheet you need download from Educate, okay, and then just print out and then just write your answer there, okay. Another thing is kind of when you done your experiment, okay, so please return all the public items, okay. For example, sometimes you need to use a hot plate, heating mantle, and also some wire, okay. So return all these kind of instrument to their original positions. And one more important kind of the thing is kind of the about the broken glass, okay. So if unfortunately kind of you break up some the glassware, okay. So report to your lab instructor first, okay, and then use brush and also bin to clean it up, okay.